Hello class, this is Mr. Garcia here, and today I wanted us to go ahead and finish this drawing of our 2-point perspective. So remember we had our lines right here that go back to our vanishing point. That's something that we're still working on understanding, and it's fine. It takes a while, which is why I'm trying to take it a little bit slower, okay? So if we take just like look at our lines without the actual drawing, this is what we'd have. Our lines, everything that we create, it goes back to this point and this point right here, which again are our vanishing points where everything vanishes to. So that means everything gets smaller and smaller and smaller until you can no longer see it. So if this row of buildings that we have right here, they were to be infinite, that means never ending, that means that they would go all the way, they will go from being really really big, to being extremely tiny, to just being a dot that you really couldn't see. Again, we had some examples right here. We looked at them last week. So this is an example of an actual building. So as you can see, if you were to look at the building straight on, go ahead and create a new layer. If you were to look at the building straight on, right, you have, oh, that's not a good brush. Actually, not for this at least. Let's go ahead and let's use the basic one, this one, there. Alright, if you had your building, right, go ahead and use that. Yeah, your building right here. You have your you have the windows like that. They're just flat on the building itself. You had the brick and all of that. You got the window seals, all that. Right. So, but if you were to look at it from perspective, this right here, it's just flat on it, right? No perspective to it, just a flat drawing. You have your window, you have your brick. No. Right, so you have your brick over here. Just an example. There your brick. So this is just flat on it. Sure, it looks like a nice drawing. Yeah, you have your other building right here. Another one right here. This is the roof of their building. It has the windows right there. Windows right there. Sorry for those noises. But yeah, you have this. It has some sorts of details, right? It's just flat. Like if you look at this, you can tell it's a building and all, but it's boring. It just feels like straight up 2D. Nothing impressive. I shouldn't say boring, but it's not really impressive. As if you were to look at this, which again we looked at last week. This is more of a 3-point perspective, but it also qualifies as a 2-point perspective. It's 3 points because your horizon line is down here, and you have an extra vanishing point all the way up there. But again, don't worry about that right now. But if you were to look at this right here, I'm gonna go ahead and align my ruler. Okay. Which you can't see. Go ahead and right there. You see the line of this is a better one. There you go. That one. So you see the line of bricks going that way. You have your line of windows going that way too. You know, same with the windows up here on this building. You know, they have their they all go to the same vanishing point. All those windows, the detail on the building, such as this part of the roof, you know, this part of the roof, they all go to the one in common vanishing point. Even though they have like different roofs and the windows are in different heights, they all go to the same vanishing point, which is like somewhere over here. With this one, your vanishing point is somewhere over here. So if I were to align the ruler going this way, alright, you see this? You see how even though this is on a separate building, the line that I created goes right in between these two windows and right under those windows? That is because they are all using, at least the ones on this side, are all using the same vanishing point. Okay, all the windows are using the same vanishing points. If I were to create this window, this face of the window right here, which is facing us, that means we would go ahead and use the other vanishing point, the one on the right. Don't forget, the face, you know, these are faces, you know, this is face, left face, and this is right face, right? So when the left face, every detail that we use for the left face of anything, we add detail using the left vanishing point. Okay, so we align our ruler to this vanishing point right here, and then we add the lines for the windows, we add the lines for the roof, we add, if there were to be a sign like right here, we will use the vanishing point on the left because we have the left face. Okay, same with the right. Anything on the right, you use the right one. If it protrudes forward like a balcony, you know, what happens then? Well, this is the left face of this box, right? That means that anything on the left is gonna be added detail with the vanishing point on the left. Anything on the right, this one, that means it's gonna go ahead and add a detail with the one on the right. This one's still technically on the left. This one under it, the bottom one, is still technically on the left. So we would add the detail using the left. Alright. And so let's go ahead and take a look at more examples that we took a look at last week. This house is still in 3-point perspective. Go ahead and see. How do I know that? Well, we have a, the easiest way of telling that it's a 3-point perspective is when you have a corner shot. You know, picture from the corner. This is the corner of the building. If you were to strip this to its bare form, you know, the most simplest shape that this drawing can be, that would be a square. Okay, using this square, they went ahead and said, you know what, we want some detail, so let's go ahead and make it pretty. Let's add this a little like a front patio, some let's add a little tower like out here. Maybe on top of the little patio we have some windows of the room or the bathroom. Patio needed some pillars. All of this, when the architects draw these drawings for the builders to construct the house, they use perspective because you want to showcase the house. You want at first they draw them flat. Once they have an idea of what they want, they go ahead and draw the houses in perspective to show it off, right? But originally, yes, they do draw the houses flat because they need to get the faces and all that. But perspective actually helps it for protrusion like this, as to how the house should look like. All right, let's go ahead and move forward. So let's quickly get through the other ones, and let's see what we can be inspired by for our own drawing. I actually really like this this type of detail. You know, it's not really crowd molding, but like the support for the extra part of the roof, I really like that. So I think I might go ahead and use that for some of the buildings. Again, this is one of my favorite drawings. I did not make it. None of the images that I'm showing to you I've done. 0 of them. Alright. This person did an amazing job at doing their 3-point perspective. They did mess up here and there because we are not perfect. After all, this person, as you can tell, or at least as I can tell, they're still in school. This is their showcase, and they did an amazing job. Even I myself, obviously, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, as you have seen multiple times. Mistakes is something important in art, which is, you know, we learn from our mistakes, and we learn to become better. And I'm not trying to just be you know, cliche or anything like that. I just wanted to have to show you how it really is in the art world. You will learn from your mistakes, and at times you'll be happy to make mistakes because it'll help you when you're doing something more important. And again, there's another perspective drawing. They went a little bit lazy on detail on the windows, but they went on big numbers on the window, so that kind of makes up for it. They did a really great job with this circular building. From this one, I don't think I'll be grabbing any inspiration. Actually, this right here, like the AC units on top of the buildings, that can help. And this is another one which better fits ours. You know, it's like a little chop on the center. You know, just like a small town city. You know, small city. This is more of what my drawing feels like. This one, so far at least. Alright, so we said we wanted to add some detail to the roof. Oops. Let's go ahead and duplicate this. Duplicate layer. You obviously you guys can't do this by yourselves. Alright, anyways, let's get started. Go ahead and create a new layer for my oops. There you go. We're gonna be using different colors now. We're gonna be using green and yellow for our perspectives, for our vanishing points. I said that I wanted to go ahead and add some detail on top. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Alright. So using my ruler, as you know, you can hear it right here, even though you can't see it. I'm gonna go ahead and go to my yellow. I'm using a look of brown so it's easier to tell. I'm gonna go ahead and place it right here, and pivot my ruler going this way. Oh, that's a little bit thin. That's because I'm using a pen, drawing stylus. There you go. And I'm also using the ruler, which are two things that you're not supposed to do. Okay, so we have that. Let's go ahead and draw one for the other side. Sorry for those noises. I'm gonna go ahead and align. Bueno, okay. Go ahead and align the ruler again to the other vanishing point. That's a little bit, nope, good. Go ahead and lower the, there you go. Lower the liquid pixel. Okay. So we have that, right? So that's our second line. Okay. But how much do I want it to protrude forward? We have the bottom part, but like we see over here in this one, go ahead and turn off the other one. Like we see over here, it's computers. Give me a second. There, I got it to work. Let's go ahead and delete that one. Boom. Okay. So this one, you know, we have created this line, and we have created this line, this one. Okay, but how did they manage for this to protrude forward? Oh, what they did is they went ahead and created another line to see how high they wanted it to be, and then one over there. And now I can tell that for this line they did not use the perspective, because if they had to use the perspective, go ahead and do it for this one. Yeah, you can tell they didn't use the perspective for this. So we had to create the two top lines, and then from there we had to decide how we want it to look. Let's go ahead and turn up that. Turn this on. There you go. Okay. So we said that we had to create another line on top to see how tall we wanted it to be. You know, maybe that's a little bit too tall. Well, I think that's fine. Okay. Now let's go ahead and do it for this one. Okay. And again, I'm using a pen that is meant to be used on the computer. There, with a ruler. Alright, so we have the top. I like that. So now I think I'm gonna go ahead and choose from here. And this one's actually more of an eyeballing. Okay. So that's gonna be the roof of the house, or of whatever this is, a little building. I'm gonna go ahead and ink it afterwards. Now let's go ahead and add some detail. Again, we had this one, which is my favorite. So we can have like a little sign right here. So yeah, let me go ahead and draw straight up and down line, another straight up and down line, using this, pivoting from here to here. We get that, and then from here, from this vanishing point to this one. Okay, and now I can go ahead and fix how tall this is. There you go. Okay, so that's gonna be our sign, but I want our sign to, you know, have some thickness to it. So what I'm gonna do is, I know how tall it is already. Go ahead and do it this tall, and then from this corner to over here to our left vanishing point, we go ahead and create a line, and then from the left vanishing point to this corner, because this is the left side, you know, this is the left side of this sign. So we have that sign. That's really nice. Yeah, so let's go ahead and add windows and some doors. So let's go ahead and, you know, again, being inspired mostly by this one, let's go ahead and add a door, you know. So they have a door right here. Yeah, they have a door right there. So I mean, let's go ahead and add the door. Maybe there's a step you have to take before going into the door. So maybe you can go ahead and add the step right here. Because this is the front of the step, you know, the right side, we're gonna go ahead and use our right vanishing point to create it, and then you have your left side, which is this part. All right, and then obviously the step is not, it can't be too tall, so you see the step only goes towards the wall. So now we're gonna go ahead and, wherever the wall starts, up, that's where the step ends. Okay, okay. Now let's go ahead and do, because this feels like the right side, you can do either one. You can do from like that, and now we'll use the other one, this one, to go right there. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and Okay, so that's our step. Let's go ahead and create a box. We know how wide we want it to be. Oh, I almost dropped my water. Oof. We will know how wide we want it to be. It's just a small door. It's a small shopping store. So using this corner of the box that we created, and then using this corner, and now of course, because this is the right side, we will pivot it and copy it into that one. Now, you know I like some thickness to my drawings, so I'm gonna go ahead and add another one like that to make it look some thick. You know, they didn't do that. Oh, they did. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I like how this looks. You know, we'll go ahead and probably add that later too. So now let's go ahead and add some windows. Just like how they had actually, and I don't mean to be copying them too much. I really didn't mean to. I was also gonna do something like this, you know, a big window. We can go ahead and change it up a little bit. So a big window, you know, stalls the door, and we can use the lines that we already have right here actually, and that's our window. You know, they have bars. Theirs have bars. Ours, we can have, you know, something different. We can go ahead and add. Go ahead and add a line going this way, line going this way. Copying from here, because we are on the right side, we will go ahead and go from here with a ruler to our right vanishing point, and that's how far, you know, from here to there. See? So let's go ahead and draw a straight one there. Okay, so this is the little tent part. I don't know what it's called, I'm sorry. You know, there. So you don't get too much sun on it. We can go ahead and we can write something here later. Let's go ahead and add a window. Since we are on the right side, which side are we gonna use for the details? We're gonna use the right side, that's correct. Now I don't want it to be this big. You know, we can't be too lazy now. Let's go ahead and go from here to there to here. Okay, that's our window. And like I said, I wanted the window to have some depth to it. And even let's go ahead and add like a little more detail to it. Like that. Oops. So from here to here. There. Alright, let's go ahead and add a there you go. And I'm really liking how the building is looking already. I'm gonna go ahead and add the detail to the actual drawing. You know, let's go ahead and make this one red. So now, after showing you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and draw it on here. Let's start with this. Okay, so we have our sign. Let's draw it in black. You can still see it, yeah. Oh no, we don't want that. There you go. Okay. That's our eraser. So you know, it looks nice and neat. Okay. So from here to here is when we decided. Then we draw down like that. Now we draw back to here. That's our sign, but you can see this part right here. Did a big mistake. I forgot to create the bottom. Now, which side is the bottom gonna go to? Is it gonna go to the left or to the right? If you guessed right, you're right. So using our right color, using the left corner, Click there. We'll use our ruler to go to the right pivot, to the right vanishing point. Okay. Now we go ahead and from here to there. Look at that. There's our box. So much work for just a box, right? It pays off. Okay. From there to there to there. Oops. To here and there. Sometimes I feel like I'm singing like a SpongeBob song. Oops. And then you have the other one, which also made a mistake. There you go. You have that one. You have this one. Go there. To there. That's better. And then we have this the window seal, the window when you open the window, you have there's the one that go up and down, the ones that slide sideways. Since we're looking at the bottom of it, that means we're gonna look at the bottom of this too. So I need to create the one that goes this way. And we're gonna go ahead and use our right vanishing point. Go ahead and make it not too thick, more like that. And then after you have this, you go ahead and create a line going this way and one going down. That means I made it too thick, so let's go ahead and make it a little bit thinner. There. So again, you create one going sideways like this, and going down. Okay, and that's how you create the thickness of don't close it. So again, it would go this way, go sideways, and also go down. There. We'll go ahead and erase this right here. And I know I'm zooming in and out, and I apologize. Alright. So this is what we have so far. I'm liking it. If I'm honest, I'm really liking it. Alright, so now let's go ahead and draw the box for the I feel like I drew this a little bit too thick, too many C's on it. So let's go ahead and make it a little bit lower. Why won't we? What's going on? Let's go ahead and make it a little bit lower, maybe to here. I think that's better. Let's go ahead and fix it on that side and fix it on this side, and again using this from here to here. Okay, I'll go ahead and erase the top of the door, the bottom of it too. There we go. Again, we know how tall we want the door to be. Actually, they should be this tall. They're not giants. So we know how thick we want it to be. That's what we knew. Yeah, let's go a little bit taller. There. Okay. So now again, using our right side from here to here. Okay. There you go. Okay. Perfect. Maybe we can go ahead and create a handle on the door. Usually our doors, for the most part, they open towards the inside. So a good design is if your door is closer to a corner, to have your door open towards that corner. Like you're not gonna have your handle right here. Open the door, you have a wall to your left and a wall to your right that became the door. That was caused because of the door. So we'll put the handle right here. So when you open, you only have the door you only have a wall, which it'll be your door and the wall together. Okay. So let's go ahead and go to here, so the opacity. Let's go ahead and delete this up into there, using a ruler from here to there, to there, to here, and to there. There you go. There, okay. And now we go ahead and trace our door too. It's that tall. We go this way, we go that way. Oh, and I just saw a mistake that I made. I didn't draw the bottom of the door. From there to there. Okay. So if we go here, that's the bottom. That's the bottom. And that's how wide we want it to be. Okay. Now let's go ahead and create the rest of the bottom. So if I used, you would just align your ruler to this point and then go here. Okay. So again, you can just go ahead and align your ruler like that. And now I just went ahead and created it. See? Go ahead and create the doorknob. Okay. So there's our door. There's our building. Let's go ahead and draw the windows. And I'm putting most of the time into this building because it's the building that has the most detail. The other ones are not gonna have as much detail, okay? Great. From here, oops, from here to there, from here to there, then from here to here. Go ahead and create another one from here to here to make it look more realistic. Now we're gonna go ahead and create, again, slowly getting smaller because it's getting further from us. Go ahead and erase this. We have a few lines going this way. We can go ahead and draw this and erase some. Erase it a little bit to give that impression. Let's go ahead and draw the same. Well, that one came out a lot better. Great. Ooh, I'm enjoying this. There you go. That's what we have so far. Ta-da! I'm really liking this. Okay. Let's go ahead and work on the roof. So this is what we have so far. Leaving off from where I left off last week. I'll go ahead and create a line going this way, like that. This line actually needs to go further up there. I just noticed I don't like how the bottom I don't like the bottom one being so low, so actually I'm just gonna use this. So going there, and then you're going there, sir. There you go. Okay, so erasing this before we even draw there because it's inside the drawing, and erasing this, from here to here, create the line from here to here. That's what we have so far. Okay. No, it wasn't this one. Which one's the one? This one. Okay. So they had more detail. There was another one that I liked. Let's look for it. No. There. This one. But that's a lot of work. And again, I don't want to have to put a lot of work on you guys'. So we'll take more of this one. Was, you know, it has like kind of like a little fence on top, just in case there's a worker that goes to the roof, so they don't fall off. So we can go ahead and copy it. So again, using the same method we've been using. This one, okay. From here, that's too tall. It's just a small fence. From there, because that's on the right side. From here to here. Perfect. Now, what is that for, you may ask? Well, using the ruler going straight up like this, you can create a kind of like a little fence. Oh, the one on the left didn't come out so great. Now did it? Let's see as to why. Okay, so it was this one. Ah, I just noticed I didn't do the left one properly. These mistakes will happen. They can happen, don't worry. So from there. At first you will not notice these mistakes. At times we notice them when it's too late. Luckily I noticed it just in time. Perfect. And then maybe we can just go ahead and draw some lines being straight up. Okay. So maybe we have like one line there, you know, using my trusty ruler. There we go. It's weird, like right here. We have one over here. Can have one right here. Let's go ahead and add one to the center. Let's go ahead and add one to the center. Okay. And then maybe you can go ahead and add more lines. But I think that looks fine. I'm liking it. Alright. I am really enjoying this drawing. Let's go ahead and add more detail to the left, and then maybe oh, we can go ahead and do the sidewalk, and then we can call it a day. Okay, after we do the details on the left. Well, actually, let's do the sidewalk first. Okay, so using our left line, create details going that way, there, come in here, here. See how they're getting slightly bigger every time. There. It's because the closer it gets to it, the bigger it gets. The further it goes, the smaller it gets. In there. Okay. And now to create the grid from, let's go ahead and go from here, go there to there. Slowly getting smaller. Till eventually you really, there's no point in you drawing them anymore because you really can't tell. So let's go ahead and create the lines. So I'm gonna go ahead and use them. Just copy them like that. that way. Sorry. I apologize for the video being too long. And again, eventually it makes no sense for you to continue drawing them. Let's go ahead and continue that with over here. Beautiful. Getting our sidewalk. And eventually, there's no point in you drawing them. And this is what we have. Perfect. I'm really loving our drawing. Let's go ahead and do quick left face of the building, and we'll call it a day. Alright, so let's go to the one that we're using the most reference from, which is this one. So we can go ahead and have the same idea, maybe just a longer window right here. You know, they have more windows on top. I don't think we need all of that. We can go ahead, maybe you have maybe this type of window. But let's first start with this one. So now I will change my color, obviously, because you really cannot read this anymore. So using this, my ruler, to tell how tall the window must be. There. I was using black. Sorry. Great. Okay. Good. So now I know how tall the window must be, which is this height. So now I'm gonna go ahead and use red for the left. What just happened? Left for red for here and there. Now I need to know, is this just straight? Okay, that one can just be straight. Yeah, so we already know how tall our window must be. There to there. Okay, so that's how tall our window is gonna be. How much is this gonna protrude forward? There. Okay, so we have this already. Let's go ahead and ink it. Why won't we? I just dropped my ruler. So from this corner, oh, what is going on with the pen today? To here, and then from you to you. Alright. Feel like something's gonna happen. Nothing happened. Okay. And then of course, you have your this part right here that we created. Yeah. There and there. And don't forget, we did like kind of like a chopped line. Kind of like a chopped line going this way. And then one that was like this. Perfect. Okay. Well, this one should have been a solid line. This one. There you go. And you should have been like lower. Going too far. Okay. We got a little bit lazy right here. It's a little bit better. Don't want to get too lazy. Okay, that's better. Okay. Okay. I think we forgot to draw this part of the window. So we have that. Don't forget the little lines that go like this. You know. there's just to portray that. And I said I also wanted another one of those windows. So using the same method, using red. Now let's go ahead and use blue. I'm gonna use my ruler, which I dropped on the floor, and I'm picking up right now. Perfect. Okay. That's how tall the window is. No. No. There you go. That's how low the window is. And then for this little line thing, that's the height. The reason why I'm drawing it like that is because, again, we can use our left line and we can copy the exact height and how low it's gonna be, even for this part of the window. Okay. So now we can go ahead and connect these two lines like this, and then depending how there. Okay. And create how tall we wanted it to be. Let's go ahead and get it closer. I think there. Okay. This one has more depth than the one that's on the bottom, so we need to using the blue color from this line right here to here. Let's go ahead and make it thin. Okay, now let's go ahead and use some red, and we're almost done. Yeah. Lining our ruler. Okay, there. Perfect. Alright, let's go ahead and use our black. Yeah. Okay. Two here, two down, so you're right here, there. Perfection. There. Okay. Okay. And then where it meets the corner, goes down from here to there. Okay. So now I'm just gonna create like, I'll go ahead and create just one big line right here in the center. Make it 3 so it looks 3D. Okay, perfection. And this is what we have so far. Hope you guys are enjoying the tutorial so far. I really do hope the tutorial really helps you. I hope that you guys understand what I'm trying to get at right here. Yeah, I hope you guys are able to follow this through. Let's take a look at how many lines we created. Look at all those lines. Like, I thought this one was a lot, and then when when I get to this one, I'm like, oof. Alright. Anyways, yes, I hope the video was really helpful, and I hope you guys are able to understand it. This is a longer video than usual. I apologize. You guys don't need to have an exact drawing like mine, as long as you have a building with windows and a door. Alright, next week we'll go ahead and finish the rest of the buildings. Don't worry, I understand it's really hard to do. So don't panic if it's taking you too long, okay? I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope I get to see you next time. Bye-bye.